You find yourself stuck in the middle of the ocean with no land in sight. Not even the aurora is visible. A ghost leviathan looms in the darkness below. But you have a mission, one that must be accomplished at all costs, and it lies in one of the most mysterious and dangerous parts of the universe. However, multiple problems arise. First, the leviathans are trying to get you, and second, you have no idea where exactly on 4546B you are. For all you know, you could be anywhere. Your best bet at this point is to deploy a vehicle bay and try to build a seamoth. So you do just that and set off on your way. But as night begins to fall, you realize something truly horrific. After traveling for many miles, you come to a terrifying realization. You are truly alone in the vast empty ocean. You feel trapped, but with no other choice. You keep moving towards the only thing that makes sense in the moment. But then 2 days later, something happens that changes everything. A huge structure appears on the horizon, and it's the Aurora, and it looks destroyed, as if it has been sitting there for quite some time now. Rumor has it there was only one survivor, but no one knows if he ever made it out alive. You make a quick stop at the Aurora, you go inside, take a few supplies, then leave. And the moment you do, you hit the road again, if roads were to exist in the sea. And out of nowhere, you see something that nothing could have prepared you for. A huge island appears on the horizon, and you can't believe your eyes. It is massive. Not only that, but it looks like someone built a base on top of the mountain. It is incredible that anyone could survive here in such conditions, let alone at the top of the mountain. One can only imagine the views up there. It is basically premium real estate, and most places on this planet are underwater. But this is not only on land, it's even higher up. This is it. It doesn't get better than this. However, a huge issue appears out of nowhere, something you could have not even imagined. You see, everything you have on you is suited for ocean travel, for long distance survival at sea, but your current situation is about climbing a mountain. How are you even supposed to achieve that? But first of all, why not get out of here? Like seriously, land on the beach and take a little stroll around. Enjoy the nature, take in the sights, the fauna, and the atmosphere. And I'm telling you this because you are going to be here for a while, perhaps even forever. This is the mountain island, home of the quarantine enforcement platform. Full of fauna and interesting structures, the island sits next to several underwater biomes such as the bulb zone, kelp forest, mushroom forest, and the infamous underwater island biome. And the best part about this place is that it is not underwater. You can finally step out of your house and breathe in some of that fresh 4546B air. So let's try to find a way up there. One of the main features of this island is its extensive cave system, stretching from underwater all the way to above water, and that is exactly where we are headed. There is a bit of a zigzag we have to do here, and also a fair amount of hiking, which to be fair is a great activity after getting tired of swimming underwater. The mountain island rises around 155 meters above sea level, which means it is actually a very safe place in case of a tsunami. I have no idea how big the Aurora is exactly, but from here, it honestly looks comparable. Anyway, we have a destination to reach, and nothing is going to stop us, not even the creepy spiders. And as soon as we come out, there is even more to enjoy as we catch another glimpse of the beautiful base. It is incredible how far we have made it. And here we are, finally. The first thing we notice is a small storage room. Pretty cozy actually. We can also see a bench where you can sit and think about what you are going to do with everything you have hoarded over here and over the years you are about to spend here, because let's be honest, you're gonna be here for a while. And as we move further in, we notice the beautiful view outside. Absolutely incredible. Perfect for those of you who want to drink your morning coffee outside and take in the sea breeze. But night is approaching really fast, and as far as I'm enjoying the sunset, I'd rather get back inside. Who knows what other creatures besides spiders might be lurking nearby. Very interesting what I'm seeing here. An empty observatory. Perhaps it was built purely for cosmetic purposes. As we step out, a striking room welcomes us and demands to be admired. A greenhouse full of bobo trees. And it almost looks like something stripped out of a movie. And with nighttime now fully here, you start to feel slightly uneasy, almost as if you are being watched. And there is no one around you. The base seems abandoned, at least so far. You reach an area where normally you would be able to see the outside, but in these circumstances, It feels like only the outside can see you. Moving forward into the scanner room, we get a view of the entire mountain. The only place where we can really overlook the whole area. This is also where we can activate the cameras. However, we are not going to do that just yet. Let's get out of here first and see the rest of the place, just to make sure we're safe. And what do we have here? A general purpose room. I love it how it has a centerpiece that works for the design, but also serves a function. We will come back here during the daytime to see the view from this bench and also to check out some additional observatories we just skipped. As we continue through the tunnels, we notice details like the amount of vegetation and more observatories that we'll come back to later. Then we make our way to the nuclear room, which explains why the lights are still on, even if the base appears abandoned. Or perhaps it is not abandoned. Who could be living here? Or what? Before we answer that question, I can't help but notice just how clean and natural this nuclear room looks. Props to whoever built and maintained this place. Then going even further down the tunnel, we find a huge room, almost like a dining area. We're not going to stay here for long though, because as soon as we open the door over here, we finally find it. A bed. After sleeping in the Seamoth for days on end, you can finally get a proper night's rest, and that is exactly what's going to happen, because nothing can prepare you for what's about to happen tomorrow. You wake up and immediately something feels off, because you can't quite place it, but the feeling lingers. That is quite unsettling. As daytime is the best moment to explore, you get out of bed and enjoy the rest of the build. The first thing you notice is that this new hallway you just stumbled upon has battery chargers and power cell chargers. Not a problem for our very powerful nuclear reactor. Then we have this area with empty flasks, presumably used for testing, and behind this door over here, we have a very small surprise. An entire kitchen area, neatly fitted with a fridge, a vending machine, and some furniture. It is unclear whether it was meant for multiple people, but it certainly seems that way. Overall, a pretty nice kitchen area, and with a beautiful view too. You can even see the aurora from here. And there is even an aurora poster right by the door. Moving forward from here, we go back into the hallway area and take a right into a bedroom? Okay. This is not just any bedroom, a double bedroom at that. If only there was a way to know about this earlier. Because we didn't explore the entire build before sleeping, and I find that to be crazy. You just slept in the single bed, the uncomfortable one, when you could have just slept here in the master suite, like a civilized human being. Well, worse things could have happened. So you just shrug it off. Let's see what we have here. A neat double bed, a desk area, and a nice little garden, and a beautiful view of the aurora, an incredible view actually. From here you can basically monitor the situation without even getting out of bed. Now that it is daytime, there are way more parts of the build that you can finally see. So as we head back, here in the dining area I discover something shocking. There was someone watching us this entire time, and what that thing turned out to be genuinely surprised me. Could have never expected that. And what was it even feeding on for this long? I mean, is it immortal? Well, I am not even going to ask myself too many questions right now, because we'll still have more to explore. The views in this place are definitely something to admire. We are, after all, on top of the world. And I have to ask you guys, what would you pay for a base like this to make it your home? I was thinking of becoming a real estate agent at some point, although becoming a real estate agent on 4546B would mean having absolutely no clients. I mean, moving here is basically a one-way ticket, unless of course you could find a way to cure yourself. Still, not much beats living on top of a freaking mountain. Plus, you do not exactly have neighbors here. And with that, we will end this section and move on to whatever else is on the island. On the shores of the mountain, you find yourself far away from most civilization. But where did civilization even choose to live for centuries? Was it on the edge of a beach? Maybe in the jungle? Or perhaps deep within caves, away from the elements, because that is where our next and final habitat in this video is located. Right next to the shores of Mountain Island, just below the build, lies a cave, which at first does not look too promising, but step inside and you will find an entire ecosystem hidden underneath. And once you step inside, you are greeted by an interesting sight. As you look to your left, you've got the classic combo of a fabricator, medical kit and locker, all there for your convenience. But if you keep moving forward, you will be met with what might just be the best cave view in Subnautica history. I'll let you all enjoy this while I go make myself a coffee. And as always, for now, I will leave you to it. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.